Well. World-class veteran video game critic Michael does live. Oh, Michael.
Another day, another Starfield discussion stream. We are 13 days away until the biggest game in quite some time from Bethesda. 13 days away until Starfield, and we have gotten impressions as of late. So I am on Reset Era right now, and some impressions have come out. And they are super positive. Okay, these impressions are super positive. They are super positive from the folks that have a review code. Now, there are channels that have gotten review codes that are way smaller than mine. And, you know, people think about numbers and numbers and numbers. That's not what they're looking for. They're looking for brand-friendly content. They're looking for the quality of the content because, again, there's other channels that got the game already. They're reviewing it right now. I mean, they're playing it right now. They got a review code, and they have way less subscribers, way less numbers than I. So, and I already knew I wasn't going to get a Starfield review code, obviously. But nonetheless, I'm just telling you, you know, if you ever did, you know, try and review games and play games, create content or whatever, that's what they're looking for. And it helps if you have connections as well. So, nonetheless, we're going to go read some of these impressions about Starfield. We are on Reset Era. And yes, tonight we will be playing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which, by the way, they did send me a review code for, so we didn't need to buy it. Nonetheless, we will be playing it tonight on PlayStation 5. And here are the impressions right now, folks. No, I'm not sure why this guy would break NDA. He probably doesn't give two shits. I don't know. He could be trolling. I don't fucking know who this is. But if it's posted on Reset Era, then it can't be total garbage, right? So this is what it says right here. The leaker says, reviewer, whoever the fuck this is, I gotta say it starts slow. It seems like it has so much to introduce to the player that it doesn't want to overwhelm. Unfortunately, it's still overwhelmed because of the vast number of systems and choices at the player's disposal. It does its best, but the opening hours feel weird. However, once you get to the main story, it gets very good. It is mind-blowing how good the game looks for it being creation engine. Also, 15 hours, this is big, folks. I need you to start listening in here. 15 hours in and not a single bug. Okay. Now we're getting a little crazy. This guy's apparently 15 hours in and not a single bug. That's hard to believe.
I steal popular names for likes super chatted $10. Let's kick off this support in a way that makes sense.
That's what we're talking about. I steal popular names coming through, kicking it off, and doing so in a way that makes sense. And as such, the fireworks have been deployed. So 15 hours in, this guy has not seen a single bug. Yeah. Believe it or not, that's what's being said here. And he's being serious. Again, these are early impressions. I'll get into it in my review. The game is something I'll tell you. So it seems like everyone, and again, you know, some of these reviewers are obviously in the honeymoon phase. Dude, if I got a Starfield review code, holy fuck. You bet your ass I'd be jumping up and fucking down. You know what I mean? No doubt about it. So, this is a massive game, obviously. It's a vast game, big open, blah, 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 blah. And, they just got review codes like last night or the day before or whatever. They could be in the honeymoon phase. Now, I'm not saying that the game is not what they say it is, but, again, you have to factor that in. It's brand new. I mean, dude, if I got a review code, I'd be on fucking cloud 9. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna fucking lie, But it isn't going to happen. So, as such, we have to wait. However, with that said, these early previews are very positive. Are they in the honeymoon phase? I would argue a tad bit. However, we did hear a while ago that it is going to be apparently the least buggy Bethesda title, and this seemingly confirms that this guy has put 15 hours in, and he's not run into a single bug. Yeah, that is crazy. In fact, I'm kind of speechless. 15 hours in and not a single bug. What are we to believe here? Alrighty here, let's see. Let's see if there are more impressions here. Okay, Gene Park, this guy's got me blocked on Twitter. I don't even know who the fuck this is. But I remember going to his profile one time and the guy blocked me for no reason. Because I point out bugs and it offends people. I don't understand why. It's like, well, there's your Q&A right there for free. I mean, geez. Go in and debug it. Not hard. Nonetheless, Gene Park says maybe I should have grabbed a Starfield controller, implying that the game is good or something. I don't know. And then this guy reassures it. So it seems like the impressions are positive, but you also have to understand that if you have a review code now, you're genuinely not critical of stuff. There was word on the street that Skill Up didn't get a review code, but he deleted the tweet. So he must have gotten a review code because he deleted the tweet, and there wouldn't be a reason to delete the tweet if that still stood. I think ACG got a review code as well. Basically, everyone, I think even Dreamcast guy might have gotten a review code. And if he got a review code, I'm going to be a little upset. Because you know what? That guy trashed this fucking game more than I have.
It's over!
Let me put it to you that way. Dude, Dreamcast guy reacted to the Starfield Direct and said it was like absolute garbage.
Super chatted
and if they give him a review code, then I deserve one as well. It's as simple as that.
Months ago and they have been polishing it up.
Yeah. Yeah, but to claim not a single bug, I mean, come on, bro. I'll break this game in 5 minutes. And that's not to say that the game is not well made. I mean, I don't know. But you give me a game and I can probably break it within 5 minutes. Or at least have something crazy happen on the screen that probably shouldn't be happening. So, yeah, and like I said, that some of the Starfield channels got review codes, and these people don't even have like 30K subscribers, and it's like, holy shit, they must be on fucking cloud 9 to get a big game like this. I mean, dude, if I had this on bitch right now, you wouldn't hear from me until August 31st. Literally. But, that isn't a possibility. However, with that said, the game is more than likely going to leak physical copies out in the wild. Because I'm pretty sure right around this time, I got Resident Evil 4 Remake. And I had that about a week and a half early. And we couldn't show gameplay, of course. But, that leaked out into the wild about 2 weeks before launch. And we're 14 days away, 13 days away until Starfield. And, this game is going to inevitably leak. And the physical copy is going to be very interesting because the digital edition is probably more up-to-date than the physical code. Physical copy, what's mastered on the disc. So it's going to be very interesting, and I'm going to be checking that version out as well because no reviewer is going to be checking that version out because they don't send out physical copies anymore. Very seldom do they do that. In fact, I don't think they do that at all anymore. But I remember back in the day, I got a review code for one of, they sent me like the whole fucking package, and I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? So, again, we are reading some of the impressions here for Starfield. Now, I'm not sure why this guy would break NDA, but nonetheless, I guess he has. But he says the game does start slow, and, well, let me just say, if it's as slow as Red Dead Redemption 2, We're going to need a skip button.
It's over!
Okay, let me just put it to you that way. That intro for Red Dead 2 is fucking... Oh, my God.
Official source Troy super chatted $5. It's time for the shills to apologize to Todd Howard and bow down to the best to ever do it. Todd Howard and Mackle, two of the GOATs.
Yeah, well, I don't
Let's
necessarily
get it,
think they're
baby.
shills, but I mean, you know, obviously they're not just going to send out random review codes to people that are not trustworthy. You know, I mean, you know, they don't want this game leaked. They don't want impressions out until August 31st, and that's fair. That's how it usually works until a specific date. So they're going to, you know, they're obviously, you know, if they send you a code, then, you know, you're obviously in the red carpet club. I mean, that's how this works, especially for a big game like this, you know. Now, if you get a smaller game or some shit like that, it's not going to. But if you get a big game like this, AAA game, first party, whatever, you are in the red carpet club. I'll tell you that. You are in the red carpet club if they're giving you access now. So don't fuck it up. That's all I'll say. So the game apparently does start off slow, which, you know, I mean, obviously for a game like this, you know, I guess that's what they have to do. But, you know, I'm not a big fan of slow openings. I'll tell you that right now. Okay. Red Dead Redemption 2, every time I replay through that game, holy shit, I'm falling asleep, bro. We've already seen it. There's no way to skip it. It's annoying as hell. I do not like slow intros in games. I want my game to get me right in. Look at Inside. I just beat that on stream 2 to 3 days ago. Fantastic game. Incredible developers. But with that game, you literally click start. There's no main menu. You just get right into the experience. There's no bullshit. There's no fucking 40-hour cutscenes. You know, it's not trying too hard. You get right into the experience. Fantastic shit. Obviously, this is a whole different beast. And, well, there you have it. It says it starts slow. And there's a lot to introduce. Unfortunately, still overwhelmed because of the vast number of systems and choices at the player's disposal. So this is interesting stuff here, folks, I tell you.
Fable La Punisher super chatted $4.99.
Well, if Dreamcast guy got a
you
code, then yeah, I would
code,
agree.
Mike,
I don't know if he has,
face.
though.
Because
that guy trashed
this
this game.
will be a masterpiece.
You know, and if they're giving out codes to people that trash the game, then, you know, they might as well just send me one, too.
Star, sparkles, high voltage sign.
I mean, it would be, I'm not going to lie, it would be fan-fucking-tastic to have this game right now. And just sit down with it and not have to rush content and not have to fucking fly to different planets and see different shit. Like, you know, because you can take your time. You're 2 weeks out. You're 14 days out, 13 days out. You got the whole fucking weekend to play this shit. You know what I mean? So it would be utterly fantastic. And I'll tell you what, these reviewers are on cloud nine because this is a big fucking game. You got it 2 weeks early. Yeah. You're more inclined to say positive shit about it because you don't have to fucking rush content. You don't have to rush your review. You don't have to rush your thoughts, your impressions. You can take it kind of slow and at your own pace this far out. But again, positive impressions are out here, and I'll tell you, it is interesting to say the least. So apparently it's not another Cyberpunk. I mean, what we're hearing here anyway. Now, what's on the disc? Well, we won't know until that game comes out on disc. Because, you know, no one's reviewing that version. And we don't know if it requires internet. I don't think it would, but we just don't know right now. We don't know if it has 2 discs, 1 disc. We tried to have that conversation in here last night, and I couldn't really, no one really knew. So, I guess we're just going to have to wait and see on that. Yeah, tonight we're going to be playing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so make sure you stay tuned for that. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Last night we tried to see if it would work early, and it didn't. So tonight we're going to be playing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and you guys can jump in, and we'll play some of that. And they did send me a review code. They just waited until today to do it, so I didn't really need to buy it yesterday, but fuck it. And it's great that they sent me it on PC, so that way I don't have to keep resubscribing to PlayStation Plus to play the fucking game. You know what I mean? Because on console, you're paying for the online. You're paying. It's just ridiculous. So, so we do appreciate that, but. And we will be checking out the Texas Chainsaw Massacre later tonight. We're going to be playing it on PS5 because I want to see how it operates on that, on the PS5 in terms of performance and stuff of that nature. And I think the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is actually outselling Starfield, but obviously Starfield's not out. But, yeah, these are the impressions for Starfield, folks. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out, folks. Now, do we know how this runs on Series S? I highly doubt we'll get reviews for this on Series S. I mean, obviously, I don't know. But, how does this run on Series S? How does this run? I think we've heard that this doesn't have NVIDIA DLSS, which we kind of thought that was going to be the case for a while now. So, obviously, since they partnered up with AMD, they're not going to have the NVIDIA DLSS in there. I know you guys don't care, but this is going to be one of the biggest games in 13 days from now. I mean, people are going to be talking about this. This is going to be massive. So this whole we don't give a shit thing in here, that conversation is going to be changing very quick because I know we're still 13 days out, but when this sumbitch launches, this is going to be one of the biggest games since 2011, since Skyrim, literally. And the thing with these games is that they get literally more popular over time. Look at Red Dead 2 compared to when it came out and now. You look at Red Dead Redemption 2 and everyone's making fucking videos on it, and it's arguably more popular now than when it came out in 2018. So that could happen here with Starfield as well. And that's what happened with Skyrim as well, too. Skyrim wasn't that big. I mean, it was big, but it's not as big as it is now. So these games continue to grow and grow and grow, and Starfield, obviously, with all of the fucking planets and shit, the modders are going to throw some insane shit on those planets, and it's just going to be a never-ending thing. Yeah, I mean, Todd Howard was right. It is going to be a modder's paradise, quite clearly. I mean, you just look at the planets, and it's like, well, if these planets don't really have that all that much in there, there's empty space for modders to go in and fucking put their own game in there. You will see some crazy shit. You will see modders go insane. So when Todd Howard was saying that, he wasn't. You're going to see some crazy shit with the modding in this. I'm not big on mods, obviously, but. You'll see people put the whole fucking. I can't even imagine what they're going to do with this game. It is going to be a modder's paradise, absolutely. It is going to be a modder's paradise. I mean, I can't even think of. It's going to be crazy. I'll just say that. I mean, this is going to be really crazy. So let's go ahead and open up the lines, folks. First impressions for Starfield, and there's a few others as well, but they're not as detailed as this guy. This guy just doesn't seemingly give a fuck for whatever reason. But, the impressions right now are positive. Now, again, are they in the honeymoon phase? More than likely. And, obviously they're not going to send review codes to critical reviewers because, it's just, I mean... It's just hard to explain, but, it's just one of those things. Apple's not going to send you the iPhone 15 if you're critical of Apple. They're just not going to do that, and that's smart. You wouldn't want to send someone a product where they're overly critical to a point where it could potentially impact impressions and sales and what have you. So it's just the nature of it, but let's go ahead and open up the lines, folks. 818-824-4937. Starfield Early Access begins in 13 days, and I guarantee you by this time next week the game's going to be leaked. So physical copies are going to have to be they're going to be out in the wild soon, more than likely, because the game comes out pretty soon here. So, and it's going to be interesting to see how this plays on the disc. So I probably will be picking up a physical copy just to see how this sumbitch plays on disc without the updates, if that's possible. But we don't know. Does this game require internet to download the rest of the game? Is there 2 discs? Does it fit on just 1 disc? A lot of questions surrounding that physical copy. And, obviously I wouldn't, these impressions. Again, you look at Cyberpunk, and Cyberpunk was a different situation. Had Cyberpunk launched on only next-gen consoles when it first came out, then, that would have been a totally different ballgame because that was where that's where the hate stemmed from. Which, it's funny because, well, let's not get into that conversation. But let's go ahead and open up the lines. 818-824-4937. The number is on the screen. We will be playing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre later tonight. So if you want to join us for that, fantastic. If not, well, we're here with Starfield. So the hype will be gearing. I think the marketing will start probably sometime next week. I think they're going to have to kick it into overdrive here in the coming 2 weeks. In the coming 2 weeks here. Yeah, hello, you're on the air.
What's up, Mike? It's low key. Can you
Yeah,
hear me?
what do you think about these impressions here? We're getting really positive impressions for Starfield here. What do you, I mean,
Right.
is this something that you expected? I mean,
Yeah, and man, I'm happy to hear that it's a slow burner.
really?
I'm glad that it's a slow burner. Yeah, yeah, because Bethesda, what they like to do is they like to have these moments, these jaw-dropping moments, and he promised that there will be more than one. So
Well,
I'm
I'd hope
glad
so,
that
yeah.
it's a slow burner.
Well, I mean, you look at
That is great
Oblivion; it's
news.
not that big of a slow burner. I mean, you come from the cell all the way to the sewers, and then you're out.
Right.
Fallout. So this might be the slowest. This might be actually the slowest of all of them when you really think about it. Because I mean, you can get into the open
Well, I
world pretty
mean,
quickly in the older, Skyrim, Fallout 4. Even Fallout 4 doesn't have that big of an intro. Yeah, you can just run through that shit real quick, I guess.
Well, Michael, you have to think on a macro level, not a micro level, because maybe these open moments, maybe you going out into the world is not really a jaw-dropping moment.
Well, there's
But when
1,000
you
planets. I
leave
mean,
that
this is bigger
world,
than anything. This isn't just one map like Skyrim or Oblivion. I mean, you have to understand. I mean, I don't know how big these planets are. We just don't know right now, and obviously we
right?
won't until later on. But I mean, just thinking about that, like when you're playing the game, like shit, this is just the fucking intro, and then you get 1,000 planets on top of that, the 4 major cities. It's like, yeah, that's
Hmm.
why they send out the damn review codes fucking 13, 14 days early, because some bitch is
Right,
going to need some fucking
exactly.
time to like sink their teeth into this shit.
Oh yeah. And Michael, listen to this. You had a caller yesterday that was trying to explain the story of Starfield. But listen, let me give you a big overview. What the story is you're trying to find these artifacts
Yeah.
that basically are going to help you find the answer to like God, trying in search of God, bro. You are in search of God in this
What?
game because God is. Listen, the fourth dimension is time. Okay, time is the fourth dimension, and what this game is about time and about finding God through these artifacts that will. A dog. It's crazy. It's crazy, Michael. This game is going to be crazy.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, that sounds a little far-fetched, but I mean, if that's what Taldar wants to do, I guess it'll work in a way that makes sense.
Dog, the game's about time and space. It's
Yeah, I know, but
crazy.
you were talking about
Inter-
God. What does that even mean?
Because they're saying these artifacts are left by God, so we can find.
It's going to
them.
get religious?
Dog, religion is all through Bethesda games. Okay.
Oh, here we go.
I'm just keeping it real, dog. I'm a huge Bethesda fan, dog.
Well,
and I'm
I
telling
thought
you,
it was a Space Odyssey, not whatever the fuck that movie's called. What is that movie called? The caller was calling in last night talking about it. It's it's
Space
Kubrick.
Odyssey and
Space
I
Odyssey
think this is-
2001. So they it's the same thing as that essentially.
Well, I think it's going to be more like Interstellar. Have you ever
Well,
watched the
hell
movie
no, that's
Interstellar?
Christopher Nolan. I don't understand the storylines of this movie.
Yeah. Well, Interstellar was about how they say the fourth dimension is love. Love can cross dimensions. That's what Interstellar is about.
That
But,
sounds really dumb.
Michael, I'm not. No,
Well,
it's not
hold
actually
on.
not.
Before you go, he says this. The guy who's played the game, he says he's 15 hours in and not a single bug. This is big.
I told you that year they played it frontwards, backwards, and sideways. They cannot afford to be called Bugthesda this time.
Okay, so what are
They
the
can't
what are the
afford it.
PlayStation fanboys going to do then? They've got no ammo.
No, they're going to seize. They're going to go out.
Well,
and
they're going to be
go
foaming
buy
at the mouth, bro.
Dog, they're going to go out and they're going to go buy a Series S at least.
You think they're going to secretly do that and then pretend to hate it on the internet?
Oh, of course. No, because they're not going to buy a PC just to play this because you need a crazy graphics card to run this. So they're going to buy it at the cheapest level, which is Series S on Game Pass, and that's how they'll play it.
Yeah.
And they'll be seasoned.
Well, it's an
the whole
incredible
time.
value. I mean, you get, Texas Chainsaw Massacre today on Game Pass, Starfield in 13 days.
Right.
I mean, shit.
Right. What a time. And then we got Cyberpunk coming up, that DLC. I'm so excited, dog, for that Phantom
Yeah, I
Liberty.
bet you are.
Like, come on, bro. It's Cyberpunk 2.0.
Oh,
This is a game
don't
that
even
should have launched
start. Who's going to be
from
playing
the-
that? I mean, if this game is truly that big, you're going to be
Me.
playing this for at least 2 weeks.
Me.
The reviewers are playing this for 2
No,
weeks.
Dog, I've never stopped playing Cyberpunk. I love Cyberpunk, Michael.
You were probably one of the guys that called in 2020
you.
and defending the fucking slop.
Yeah, that's how I found you, bro. And I've been rocking with you ever since. Dog, I've been here but since the Cyberpunk days, dog. And dog, your shit went viral, dog. But
well, I mean, I had the game early. No one else had access to that. I mean, you know, a few other people did, but they weren't like talking about it. So, you know,
right? That's why.
Yeah, but this situation's not. You'll never have a situation like that again because old gen is kind of dead, or no one gives a shit about it anymore. That was in 2020, so it's like they shouldn't have released the game. Should have released it on PC first only. And then gradually to the other consoles, like, you know, Hogwarts Legacy did. Hogwarts Legacy came out new gen only, and then, you know, throughout the coming weeks and months, it came out to other platforms slowly but surely to ensure that it wasn't a disaster.
And Michael, this is the first time in gaming history that 2 DLCs have came out exclusively for the next gen consoles. Horizon Forbidden West came out exclusively for the PS5, which is DLC to a PS4 game. And now you have Cyberpunk, which is a DLC for a next-gen game that launched on
Well, it's about time.
console.
I mean, it's really about time. I mean, geez, we're 3 years into this generation. We need to start seeing some crazy shit.
Whew, I know. And I was there day one, dog. I literally was the first maybe few thousand people to have a Series X.
Yeah.
I was there, dog. Day one. I was there. And now I feel like next gen is finally coming. Finally. So, yeah. All right, man. I'm going to move the wheels, man, because I know you got other people,
Hell
man.
yeah,
I know
bro.
how it works.
Yep.
Moving the wheels.
Well, 15 hours in and not a single bug. I mean, some people are actually mad about that. They're like, oh, there goes the soul. Now they're saying this game is soulless because it doesn't have bugs. And that the corporation just took over and ensured that it was like soulless and spotless and stuff. All righty, folks. We're not doing that right now, buddy, okay? Why don't you call back in once you've taken your Prozac? Hello, you're on the air. 818-824-4937. Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, it's Duncan again.
All right. 818-824-4937. Hello, you're on the air.
Michael, Starfield's coming up, baby. Day one, me and the boys in main crew session are going to be sucking God Howard's cock.
Dude! Let's refresh this on reset era and see if there's more impressions coming out. How do we do that? Refresh. All righty. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yeah, hello, you're on the air.
Okay, with all these people complaining about how there's only going to be 10% life expectancy on the planets, if you think about there's 1,000 planets, so take about 10% of that, that's 100 planets. And those 100 planets are supposed to be 3-4 times bigger than Skyrim. From what I've been reading on your comments, it seems like there's going to be enough planets and exploration for people to have. So why do you think people are complaining?
All right, I guess this is more impressions here. Starting to hear some things for people with review copies, nothing to do with any story or quest, just initial impressions of the gameplay loop, performance bugs, etc. The amount of systems at play is a little overwhelming the first few hours. Kind of bombard you with tutorial after tutorial of different systems. More casual players will want to set aside longer than they might, usually reserved to playing the game at least 4 hours. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. And that intro is going to be a snooze if these impressions are not baloney. These, man, a 4-hour intro. Oh, man. A 4-hour intro. Just what I didn't want. Oh, man. Just to get past the extended tutorial stuff in one sitting. Performance is good, game looks great, and runs well, stable. Now, again, any of this shit can just be made up. You don't know if any of this is true or not. We just, it's just some random guy on the internet. Stuff when flying off is a little bit choppier, but still mostly good. On the bug front, Bethesda's best ever title. Well, I'm busy right now. Yeah, hello, you're on the air. Okay, you're not ready. Don't call in. You're interrupting the show, buddy. Trying to read shit. Now you broke the whole system. I can't even. There we go. Oh, my God. Hello, you're on the air. Let's go.
I'm a little disappointed it's only 4 hours, frankly. I was hoping for maybe a 6 to 7 hour intro.
You couldn't handle something like that.
You can't even handle RDR2's intro.
Exactly.
What the fuck are you on about?
Exactly.
Yeah, and there's so many fucking systems. I love it.
Well, we're hearing great things about this. And again, they could be in the honeymoon phase. And, obviously they've sent out review codes to mainly positive people that are going to say, that are more inclined to say positive things about the game as opposed to negative things. That's just the nature of it. But with that said, it is encouraging to hear some of this shit, if it is true.
I'm not hearing anything about bugs just yet.
Right, yeah. No, they said this is Bethesda's least buggy game. Now, what are the PlayStation fanboys going to do? I mean, if that really holds true, and this is the least buggy Bethesda title ever, because they're notorious for bugs, and granted, most of them are not game-breaking. Some of them can be, but, entertainment bugs versus game-breaking bugs, there is a difference. However, with that said, what are the PlayStation fanboys going to do? I mean, they're going to melt. They're going to melt if this game is all it's cracked up to be and more, and the least buggiest Bethesda title. I mean, that is a W for Todd Howard. It's Todd Howard's redemption arc. This could be big. I mean, we're still 13 days out. I don't think people are understanding the magnitude of this game, especially if it's great.
Michael, you said it best. I mean, this is going to revolutionize gaming if we are on the same trajectory after it launches. And I mean that. I mean, this is a wow. Like, time to fucking flip the script, put it on its back, slap the shit out of its ass type of deal. Because that's what these fucking Sony ponies need. A good fucking ass whooping. Because all they do is hog the media 24/7. Well, you know what? It's motherfucking Todd Howard's time to shine, bitch! And I'm fucking amped as shit, man. I can't wait for the next great revolutionary game, and that is Starfield. Okay? Not fucking Spider-Man 2.0 edition. Starfield. New IP, bigger, better than ever before, and we will make gaming great again.
We just got a Starfield ad on Reset Era, bro. Look at this shit right here. Literally. We just got a Starfield ad right here. Pre-order now or play on Game Pass September 6th. Okay, let's continue reading here. Seeing comments from multiple people with 10 hours of game time who have not yet seen one bug. Okay. Well, that might actually be a little disappointing. Imagine if Cyberpunk came out and it wasn't buggy. Like, there wouldn't be any entertainment value to be had there with that game. Okay, let's refresh here. We're looking at some early impressions. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Todd fucking Howard. God damn! He should have been in the Barbie movie. Bethesda games without bugs are not the same. Here we go with the complaints now. I mean, it's just, oh man. They're going to say it's soulless and Microsoft took the soul out of that little studio called Bethesda. Oh man, this is the narrative that the PlayStation fanboys are going to run with. They're going to call it soulless now. I mean, the main menu already leaked and they're already saying it's soulless, and it's like, well, I mean, most main menus are. Name one UI that's not soulless these days. They're all soulless, or they try too hard to be fucking soulful, and it's like, well, it just doesn't work like that. Yeah, and again, you have to take some of these impressions with a grain of salt. I mean, I don't know where these are coming from or how valid they are, So, it's just one of those things. We're 13 days out. The game's going to leak probably by next week. I mean, I had Resident Evil 4 Remake 2 weeks early. So I don't know why that would be any different with Starfield here. If it does leak, of course. So we'll see. Hello, you're on the air.
Michael, what if this is like some cyberpunk shit? Like, hear me out.
Okay,
like,
but how could that be? How could that be?
So Yang Ye, he was praising the game, and like I saw another video, like he played 4 hours of Cyberpunk, and he said it was like very good.
Right.
So maybe they played like a different version. You remember that? Remember when they showed like at Xbox E3, they showed it was like a whole different game.
Yeah.
It looked much better. What if this is that? Like, you don't know with modern gaming, man.
Yeah, but I mean, well, we really don't know for sure. I mean, yeah, sure, but
yeah, and all these people coming out of the woodwork. Oh, I played 4 hours, no bugs. I mean, you have to be a little skeptical,
Oh man.
Here
we go with the doomer talk. I mean, Jesus Christ.
They signed an NDA.
Well, obviously they don't give a shit because they just broke it.
Yeah, they're breaking it. So how, like, they're just saying this shit.
Well, maybe it's all bullshit. I don't fucking know. I mean, I don't know who these people are. Anyone can say anything on the internet. I could say I have an early right now. I mean,
If I signed an NDA, I probably want to follow that to the T. I don't want to get sued like $200 billion.
Well, they'll blacklist you, and you won't get any more review codes. I mean, and if that's what you do, then yeah, you don't want to get blacklisted. I mean.
Do you ever get sued? Like, have you ever signed an NDA, Michael?
What?
Because I know, like, have you ever signed an NDA?
No, I've never signed any NDA. They don't do that. It's just you accept terms. I don't. I mean, maybe for like a big Sony game or something, but they're not going to send that out to hobos. I mean, you have to understand they've sent Starfield review codes out to people that have less numbers than I do. So it's not about the numbers. It's about, can you be trustworthy? Are you quality in terms of the content? They're looking for brand-friendly content, not, negative fucking doomer shit or stuff like that, critical stuff.
Well, I'm pretty sure it has to do with, like, being in bed with the developers and the publishers,
Well, like I said, let me just put it to you this way. I mean, your mother cooks you food. You're not going to tell her it's trash because she's going to stop. You don't bite the hand that feeds you. I mean, it's as simple as that. It's not hard to figure out. If you want the brand new iPhone 15 to review, and you want Apple to invite you to their fucking theater, guess what? You better fucking shill the shit out of it because they ain't inviting you if you don't. I mean, that's just how it is. That's the nature of the beast. I mean, and it makes sense, but I don't know what you're saying about how this could be the next Cyberpunk.
Well,
the only thing I could see, because what's going to happen here is there's not going to be any reviews of the disc version. Now, we don't know if the disc version requires internet or not. I'm assuming it doesn't. But with that said, there's not going to be reviews of the disc version. So if you're picking that up and you want to put it right into your console and play it, we don't know how that experience is going to be. So what's mastered on the disc versus what's what's already on the console? I mean, does anyone in here know? And I know this is going to be a stretch. But does anyone in here know what version Starfield is? If you already have it preloaded on your Xbox, I think you can check. What version is Starfield? Maybe you can't. But what version of Starfield, what does it say with the numbers? Like, what version of Starfield?
Well,
is it 1.0 or 1. Hello?
Well, I'm preloading the game right now. Hold
Okay, well then when you get done with it, well, can you check? I know you won't be able to check right now, but when you're done with it, maybe
on. I'm
like
checking right now, Michael.
yeah, actually see
Hold
if you
on,
can
my
check
Xbox
right
is
now.
on.
See if you can check right now.
All right. My games and apps. See all. All right. Let me see here. Q. All right. It doesn't say. It's just 100 gigabytes. That's
Okay, they're saying 1.6.350. I don't know what the fuck that means, but I don't really play on
does it come
Xbox,
with
so
a
I
day
don't
one
know how
patch?
the numbers are. But on PlayStation, it's pretty obvious to tell which version you're running, if it's a day one version or it's a patched version.
Well, when those people got like early copies of Cyberpunk, there was no day one patch.
So they're saying
And
one.
they were still-
Well, exactly. But even then, that didn't fix it. I mean, we're nearly 3 years since that game came out, and
Yeah,
they're just now adding shit that should have been there day one. But they're saying it's 1.6. If that's true, then there's already been 6 patches, which I don't know if that makes any sense. But we're just going to have to see. I mean, we might be the first to cover the disc version. I'm buying a physical copy. One way or the other, I'm buying this physical. Yeah, I need this game ASAP. That's what you need to know and understand. And if Bethesda, if they were to send over a review code right now, we wouldn't be discussing this, and we wouldn't be making anything until August 31st, because I'd be busy with the game. We'd settle down with it. But obviously, that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So with that said, we're just going to have to wait. And if we can get it earlier than the early access, that'd be even better. But I don't think that we'll just have to wait and see.
Well, you have to remember with when you preload a game, they're gonna put the day one patch. They don't want you to. See,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Well, that's what I'm saying. The disc, the disc version might require internet to finish the download. It might have 2 discs. It might be all on 1 disc. I don't fucking know. There's a lot of big questions surrounding the disc version. Not that people give a shit about the disc version, but I think it could be interesting to see.
Well, it's 100 gigabytes, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna be on 2 discs.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
GTA 5 on the Series X. And it's 2 discs, and I'm pretty sure that.
Whoa! GTA 5 is 2 discs?
Yeah, I have on the Series X. It's right here.
No, there's no way, bro.
I'm being serious.
Whoa! GTA. Hold on. You're talking about the Series X version of GTA?
Yes, I got it.
The one that came out last year?
Yes. Here, I'll send it to your email. I'll show you.
It has 2 discs?
Yeah, let me show you, Michael. I have it right in front of me.
Are you sure it's the Series X version and not the Xbox One?
Yeah, it's the Series X. Yes, sir. It's the Series X.
It has 2 discs? Oh my God!
I know. The PS4,
no, they said. Hey, listen here, buddy. They said you're lying.
I'm not lying. I can literally send here. Let me send you a picture on your email, okay, Michael? I'll call you back, okay? Let me send you the picture, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Bye-bye.
Guys, is he lying or not? I don't know why that would require 2 discs. He has to be lying. Oh, I think I know why. No. Because the PS3 version of GTA 5 was only on 1 disc, and that's because Blu-ray. He must be talking about the Xbox 360 version. Unless they included a separate disc for multiplayer, which I don't believe that. So I don't know what the hell that guy's talking about. Let's not continue to talk about discs. You guys don't care anyway. It's the digital era, so just screw off with that shit. But I'll be checking out the disc version because no one else will. So because they're getting review codes, they're not getting disc versions. Hello, you're on the air. 818-824-4937.
Yo, it's Myers.
Hell yeah.
Man, dude. Starfield's looking like it's success.
Well, a little too early to say for sure, but.
Well, I mean, all the shit that I was scared for got.
Well, we don't know. I mean,
me.
just because they're saying there's no bugs, and I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy, but look, if the game is repetitive, I mean, these reviewers just got the game like 24 hours ago, 48 hours ago. They're not going to have enough time to know whether or not maybe this does get old and grindy after a while. I ain't trying to kill anyone's mood in here and vibe, but with that said, that's what we're going to have to wait for and see if going to the different planets is going to be, too similar to one another where it just gets to a point where you don't want to explore the rest of the planets, or if they've really figured that out. That's really the big question to me. It's well, we got 1,000+ planets in the game, and all this other shit, and it's well, is it worth exploring?
Yeah, well, shit, man. I mean, I think it's time to. unplug that PS5 and then plug that Xbox in.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
I got to
saying?
get it preloaded. I mean, I'm hoping to get it earlier than the early access, though. That would be utterly fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I really hope Starfield succeeds. I really hope that.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's going to be a big game. It's going to be a big
good.
game.
It's looking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking good. I mean, like you said, it could get bigger later, like RDR2 did, and I could definitely see that. And I think that it gives a chance for Xbox to shine a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm not a shiller. I'm not an Xbox fanboy. I have a PS5 too. I got a PS5, I got an Xbox, and a PC. So you can't say I'm a fanboy of anything because I play all of them all the time. I play some games I like to play on PS5, some games I prefer on Xbox, some games I prefer on PC. It's just how it goes. But I definitely think that as far as it goes for the Sony fanboys and for the PlayStation fanboys, if Starfield does good and it succeeds and it's big as it is right now and it stays big, I think they're going to be mad. I think they're just going to throw Baldur's Gate in everybody's face and get the Metacritic review tattooed on their forehead. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I'm excited. I think it gives the game a chance. I mean, I think the game gives Xbox a chance to shine a little bit, and they deserve it because Xbox been on the back burner for a while. So, you know, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, these impressions are positive, and that's what we like to hear and see. And, you know, obviously it's not going to be some big disaster, hopefully.
Do the reviews actually get released, the actual reviews on the 31st?
Yeah.
Man, that sucks.
Yeah, there's still a ways to go. So there's 13 days to go. No gameplay, no screenshots, no nothing until 13 days. So everyone who has the game right now is going to be zip quiet. So I'm going to be the only one talking about this game because everyone who was talking about it, well, they're playing it. So I'm going to be the only one left talking about Starfield. I'm going to be the only one left talking about Starfield.
There's got to be somebody that leaks a gameplay clip somewhere anonymously.
Well, I mean, if the game leaks physically, then yeah, you know, people will start leaking footage. But reviewers aren't going to leak it unless they're really dumb.
It could happen.
Well, I mean, yeah,
definitely could happen. I used to have a friend that used to work the GameStop back in the day, and he used to sell me Call of Duty for a couple $100.
Well, hey, you better call him up. You better call him up and see if he still works at that GameStop. He'll get you Starfield early.
No, he
got fired. It's over.
That was years ago. We moved on. But shit, we'll see, man. I'm excited. I'm hyped for it now. A few things that I was scared of kind of eased down a little bit, and I mean, you know, who knows? I mean, they say that there's no bugs so far, but I mean, really, how much did they play the game? I mean, the intro's 4 hours.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You know
he said he was 10 hours in or 15 hours in, something like that. Not a single bug. I mean, that's actually pretty crazy.
No, yeah, that's pretty impressive. And Bethesda did say that this game will have the fewest bugs out of any game they ever made. So far they're backing that up, but we'll see. We'll see. But I'm excited, man. Moving the wheels, Michael.
Oh yeah, bro. Alrighty, folks. GTA 5 is on 2 discs. He did take a picture, and there it is. GTA 5 on Series X is 2 discs. That is crazy. That is really crazy. So there it is. GTA 5 is on 2 discs. I have no idea why, bro.
Yeah. Michael, did you see the email?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. You weren't lying.
Yep.
Why?
Yeah,
Why is it like that?
So I think like when you put it in, it says GTA Online. It doesn't even say GTA 5. It just says GTA Online.
What do you
mean?
So
they don't even want you to recognize the story mode anymore.
Oh.
You know what I mean? I've been playing the story. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, what? When do you have to put the second disc in? Is it when you install it?
When you're installing it,
right.
It tells you to put the second disc.
Well, I didn't think it was that big. Well, yeah, GTA 5 is big for the next gen consoles. It's like 100 gigs. So Starfield's it's going to have to be 2 discs. I don't know why people are saying it's going to be 1 disc in here. If GTA 5 is 2 discs, then yeah, Starfield's going to be 2 discs. Because they're about the same in terms of size.
No, they're not the same. I'm pretty sure. Let me check the back of the.
Yeah,
box.
see what it says.
GTA 5.
Guys, I'm going to start banning people in here if you're just going to play contrarian to shit. It's literally, God.
Let me check here, Michael.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's 2 disc, and on the PS3 it was 1 disc. You know what I mean, Michael?
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I kind of didn't believe it. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's 115.5 gigabytes.
That's what it says on the back of the box?
Well,
what is it? Does it tell on the back of the box?
I don't think so. I'm
Really?
looking. It says optimized for Series X, HDR10, 60 frames per second.
Huh.
Yeah. So on my Xbox it says 115.5.
That's with all the updates and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, Michael. If GTA 5, 10-year-old game is 2 discs, you think Starfield is going to be?
No, it has to be 2 discs. No one's talking about that. Literally, not a single soul.
Unless if they're trying to do like you need internet connection required.
Well, then I'm going to get mad. I'm going to get mad. That's baloney. I don't think Bethesda would do that. But I mean, why wouldn't you? Here's the thing: why wouldn't you buy a physical copy? You're going to get the map of the
There's a map in it.
Well, I mean, there's been a map in Oblivion. There's been a map in Rockstar said fuck off with that shit, but that's Rockstar. It's totally different. They don't care anymore. But Bethesda. I think Fallout 76 even had a map. I'm not sure on that. I think it did though. So Bethesda always includes maps. So I would recommend a physical copy just for those goodies.
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting it, downloading it right now on Game Pass through Game Pass.
Yeah.
The 100 gigabytes, Michael.
Holy cow.
It's going pretty fast.
Well, yeah, 100 gigabytes is going to require 2 discs, maybe.
Yeah, there's no way it's not. I mean, but shouldn't it be 1 disc? I mean, it's SSD. Doesn't that mean something? I mean, PS5. I'm pretty sure GTA 5 is 1 disc on the PS5. I'm not sure because I got it for $10 when it first launched. When they relaunched.
Well, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, I mean, it's way bigger than 100 gigs. It was like 150 gigs, and that game only has 1 disc, but you have to go on the internet to download the rest of the game. And the same with Hogwarts Legacy. Yeah. So I don't know what they're going to do here with Starfield. Either they're going to include it on 1 disc without internet or with internet, or 2 discs where you don't need to connect at all. So it's going to be interesting to see, and plus the map. So when the physical copies get leaked, the details will be out within, I would say, about a week from now. Next Friday we'll have a better understanding of what's going on.
If this game is good, I'll probably get it on disc.
Oh yeah.
Because
absolutely. I don't want to play it on Game Pass. I don't want to play it digitally. I want to put the disc in, and not that there's really a difference, but I mean there could be if you don't update it. Like if you put the disc in without internet and it doesn't require it, then you're going to play what's on the disc. And on Series X games you can actually do that. Most people don't know that. You don't need internet for Series X games.
Mike, are you going to cover patch 1.0? Because I'd like to see.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because no one's going to do that. No one's literally going to do that because there's a big misconception out there that the Series X needs internet, and it's like, well, it does initially to set up. But I have 2 Series X games, and you can put them right into the console without internet. They install without internet, and they play without internet. So, yeah, I'm gonna cover the disc version of Starfield and see if we can get you guys some exclusive coverage there. Because ain't nobody going to be covering that.
Like, what's the threshold for like 2 discs?
I don't know.
Maybe if I don't know. Like these discs, they're 4K UHD. Okay. So I don't know if you can put more gigabytes on a
someone
disc.
said 100 gigabytes, so it might be able to fit on there. It might be able to fit on 1 disc.
Well, all right, Mike. I hope you cover that patch 1.0.
Yeah,
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
See what the
could be interesting.
See what Todd personally put himself on the disc at those printing presses.
Exactly.
So, all right, Michael.
Hell yeah, man.
Move the wheels, right?
Take care. All right, let's refresh the reset era and see if there's any new impressions that are coming out here. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. They are actually being serious about that stuff. Oh, that's going to be a talking point for the PlayStation fanboys. They're literally arguing that Bethesda games without bugs is soulless. Oh, man. Holy shit. Dear Metacritic, some people are planning to misuse your platform to defame the future game. Yeah, the PlayStation fanboys are gearing up to review bomb the game, I suppose, on Metacritic. Whoa, what the fuck? Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, Troy Sport.
Yeah.
Hey, so I wanted to kind of weigh in on this, specifically regarding the bugs, and low-key brought up the story aspect of things. So first, regarding the bugs, I'm not shocked by this. When Bethesda said this is our least buggiest game to date, I believe them. Their games have been so buggy, as we know, even though I've enjoyed them, to the point where you can't come out and make that statement unless you're serious about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can't just come out and do that, because otherwise you're just adding fuel to the fire, you know. And well, you brought up the Sony fanboys, which they'll always find something to say no matter what, but you can't just make that statement unless it's true. So I think it may be accurate. I know you're going to find shit because you're a master at that.
Well,
But,
when I start playing these games, shit just starts breaking for some reason. So I don't play games like normal people, though, so that's probably why.
That's exactly why you've got a talent for it. I don't know why some company hasn't came in and hired
Exactly.
you.
They should just say, hey, can you break our game? It's like, well, probably.
Yeah, probably in just a couple minutes too. But I actually went back into that cringe Q&A, and I actually found some more things that they said after the fact, and I thought this was interesting because Low-Key's actually right. I'll read you a comment from Will.
That's what the
Shin.
story's about?
Well, it's not specifically about that, but as he said, Todd Howard has always found a way to integrate religion, even if it's just surface level,
right,
into all of his games for the most part. But I thought this was interesting. Will Shem said the Sanctum Universum, they believe God is out there somewhere in the universe, and that humanity's ability to travel the stars brings us closer to God. So there is a aspect of the game that's going to be tied to the religion stuff. There's different religions where they believe different things, and it seems like the game is going to be based on almost a underlining spiritual battle to figure out why the hell are we here. And to me, that's interesting, because no matter whether you're religious or not, we all kind of wonder, what is this? You know what I mean? So if that is the overlying story, I don't really have a problem with it. I think it'll be interesting. It'll be meaningful for a lot of people. It won't just be a game that you pick up, play, and easily forget about. And that's what we've kind of been wanting. We've been wanting something to really sit down and sink our teeth into and enjoy.
No one. I think Cyberpunk should delay. I'm not even trolling. I think Cyberpunk should push it back, because think about it right now. We're 2 weeks out until release, and you know that's how long reviewers are going to need. They're going to need two weeks with this game. And so, you know, September 6th, and you know Cyberpunk comes out later, a couple of weeks after that, I believe. It's like, well, maybe if I were CD Projekt Red, I'd push the game back.
That's actually a good point. I didn't realize how, you know, Cyberpunk threw me off from the beginning. I wasn't joking. I took the game back the day after I bought it. I bought it on Xbox One, and it was horrendous.
Oh, bro. Yeah, Xbox. Oh, God.
Yeah, it was absolutely horrendous. I had to take it back. And I'll be honest, I have never done that before. I have never bought a game and taken it back the next day until Cyberpunk. I heard all the negative stuff, and I said, you know, well, I'm still going to go pick up my pre-order. You know, I'm going to try it out. And I bought the one, I think you've got it, the one with all the postcards, you know, and all that stuff in it. And I put it in, and it was shit. The HDR was completely broken, and I was playing on an OLED. So you think that would have helped, but no, the HDR was broken. The colors were all over the place. You know, it was insane. So I'd have to agree. I didn't realize we were so close to 2.0 or the DLC, whatever you
Oh,
want to
man.
call it.
Here we go. They're going to be hyping that up, and then it's going to be disappointment again.
Probably so. But I hope they figure it out because, as I've said, there are games I like and dislike. But if we want gaming to go forward for everybody, no matter where you play, quality's got to come back.
Right. Well, I think they should focus on a linear approach with Phantom Liberty. Don't even allow the player to roam the fucking city, because if you don't have anything in it, it's just going to be, it's embarrassing.
I agree, and that is the one thing. As big of a Starfield shill as I am worried about that. Outside of the story, which, I've heard 30 to 40 hours, which that's fine. I think that's great. I'd actually be more concerned if it was like an 80-hour story. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'd be like, well, damn, a lot of people are going to fall off at some point. And this game is not for everybody. People are going to start, they're going to say, holy hell, this is complex. I don't want anything to do with this. And that's fine. But I think for those people that get through that initial entry, that's going to take 4-6 hours, whatever they said, I think that it's going to be worth doing. And I also like, what was his comment? He said that they tried to make it seem not as overwhelming as it actually is. And I like that because it seems like they were maybe trying to cater to more of the casual normie base, and say, hey, this is a lot, but just hang on, So,
right. Yeah, because if you throw everything at the player at once, I mean, they're going to probably turn it off. They'd be more inclined to turn it off.
Yeah, and I'll never understand that personally because I don't feel like I've ever had that experience. I really enjoy playing games. It's one of the few things that we have where you can kind of just escape all the bullshit.
I mean, this is bigger than anything they've ever done, though. I mean, you think about Skyrim and, like, there's just one map, and that's it. Yeah, there's underground shit, and there's caves, dungeons, and what have you. But that's it. You know what I mean?
True.
Like, this is 1,000. I don't think people are getting it. 4 major cities, 1,000-plus planets. Like, dude, the sheer magnitude of this game, good or bad, the sheer magnitude of this game, the vastness of it, the scope of it, literally anything bigger than anything that's ever been done by Bethesda before. Bigger than, again, Oblivion, it's just one map. It's like, yeah, there's dungeons and caves and stuff like that and interiors, but, imagine that times more.
Yeah, and people will literally, and we'll see it too. I know you pay attention to this. You'll see it. People are going to get this game. They're going to feel compelled to start a YouTube channel, and they are going to literally be able to make a career off of one video game.
Oh, yeah.
That is huge. How many games can you say that about? I know some people, do that with, like, sports games, but there's a new one that releases every year.
Exactly.
There's a certain base for that. But how many story-driven games come out?
Oh, just the amount of content that you can make off of this game. I mean, you can show all the planets. I mean, it's just endless.
Yeah, and I knew this game was going to be special whenever Microsoft went and they met with Todd Howard and Bethesda, and this is whenever it was going to be a PS5 exclusive. And yes, that was true. It was going to be a PS5 exclusive. Microsoft went, they met with Todd Howard, they saw this game, and they said, no fucking way. This is our game. This is what we want on our platform. They felt compelled to buy the entire studio to make sure that it was on Xbox. That's saying something. That's when you know you've got something on your hands that's going to be special. That's just how I feel about it. But anyways, man, thanks again for all you do. And if you're going to be on Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I'll be on Xbox, but try to figure out how the hell the crossplay works and jump in.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
All right, man. I'll see you back in there. Have a good rest of the show.
Oh, here we go. The chat's negative now. See, this is what happens. Yes, the other day we were saying Starfield's going to be a disaster or whatever, and you guys were like, no, this game's going to be great. Now that we're saying, now that the impressions have come out, and it's like, well, maybe this isn't going to be You know, everyone's got to get negative in here, like, oh well, it's only got 4 cities. Jesus, for a game that's unbelievable. People just say shit in here like fucking hell, like literally AI robots are smarter. I mean, I swear, bro. Starfield will be delayed. Like, are you serious, bro? Just think about that. So again, all of the Starfield channels, most of them got review codes. There's one channel that I saw got a review code and has way less subscribers than me. But they're going to be basically silent about this game because they're busy playing it. So all of the Starfield channels that were covering this, if they all got codes, which most of them did, they're not going to be able to produce content. I'm not troll. I mean, I guess they could on the side, just like speculating and stuff like that. But it's like if you're playing it, then you already know whether or not. So it'd be weird. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out now that everyone's basically gotten a fucking review code. That talked about the game in some capacity. I mean, not obviously everyone, but most people did get review codes. Most people did get review codes, and well, I guess we're the only one left. So we'll be covering it when no one else is, because everyone has to stay quiet for 13 days. Man, it's going to be interesting to see. So no one cares about this game right now, but in 13 days, this will be the biggest game of the generation, or at least the year. Hello, you're on the air.
Hey, I'm Kimmy.
And this finally, like, we don't give a shit about Starfield era can come to an end because it is exhausting coming out here and talking about this game when, you would think, like, literally no one's going to buy this game when it's like, dude, you guys should care about this game. I mean, my goal was not to fucking say that the game is trash. I never thought the game was trash. I shilled it months ago. The only thing that was making me mad and upset and frustrated was that the fact that they weren't marketing it, and I thought, okay, there's growing concern here because they're not showing it. They're not showing it. You still aren't doing that. The marketing is still rather slim, in my opinion. But, now that it's out with reviewers and impressions are positive, it's, it's interesting to say the least. Hello, you're on the air.
Michael, I just wanted to ask, like, with procedural generation, is it like every player's copy of Starfield is different? Like, all the planets are different?
Well, that's something no, it's not like that, I don't think. But that's something that I don't fully understand, and I don't think we're going to get a better understanding until 13 days from now when the game comes out.
Yeah,
I don't know how they're doing that. I know they've handcrafted content in, but I think the way the game is like going to direct that handcrafted content is going to be maybe slightly different for everyone. I don't know. And that's really the big question mark here for me. Obviously the story's got big mystery to it, but you put aside that, and it's like, well, is it going to be repetitive going to these different planets? Is it going to be worthwhile? What's the haps on that? You know what I mean? It's just so because if it becomes a soulless, repetitive kind of endeavor, then it's like, well, let's stick to the 4 major cities. I don't really want to explore it because we kind of already see how the core gameplay loop will start to show. And if it's not good or if it's like repetitive, then yeah, that could be disappointing. But yeah, I don't know.
Because I was wondering, like, if someone found a glitch on this planet, like, how would the developer fix that glitch if it's all procedural generated? You know what I mean? Like, if let's say like terrain, like a tree is floating in the air or something like that.
Yeah,
like,
I just don't know how that works. I mean, I know obviously No Man's Sky. If we landed on the same planet in No Man's Sky, I mean, it's going to be different. Like the variation of because it's a generator. That game's pure procedural. There's no handcrafted slop in that. I mean, outside of whatever the story is now, I don't even fucking know. They're updating it again. I just saw a trailer for No Man's Sky update again, and it's like 7 years of updates. What a fucking live service game. And then people defend it. It's like, dude, Sean Murray never sold the game as a live service. It was never intended to be this like fucking always online thing. I mean, you can play it offline, but if you don't ever update, like if you buy No Man's Sky now, I don't know what version it comes with. I'm assuming that's been updated. But if you were to find a little copy of No Man's Sky, you get the old version that has like nothing to it.
If it's all AI, procedural generated, if it's like 70% AI, are AI just going to make games now? I mean, we don't need humans. If AI can make planets better.
Well,
than
I
a-
mean,
than
I think a lot of the
human can,
AI
like,
stuff has been going on for quite some time in gaming. I just don't think they market it
Yeah.
much. I mean, I remember seeing a documentary about like Saints Row the Third or something, and they have a tool where they can just create roads within a few clicks. Like it's not the roads aren't just totally handcrafted. Like not every pixel's handcrafted. I mean, that would take eternity. So I just hope there's a great balance between the procedural generation content and the user handcrafted, curated content, and they can blend it together in a way that's interesting. Because, again, if you're just going to explore and there's nothing to see or do, I mean, if it's like Mass Effect 1 where you explore the planets and there's nothing on them, it's like that we're turning this off. It's boring, or I'm not going to explore the planets, like because the mystique will be not there.
Well, with Mass Effect, like the old planets were handcrafted because all the planets, like you can't land on them. They just say they're gas planets, or like you can
Right.
harvest.
Well, you
them
can
for,
go
like,
to the moon. I
resources.
remember that. You can go to the moon. Earth's moon.
Yeah, you can go to Earth's moon. You can go to I think you can go to Mars. I'm not sure.
But there
there's only,
wasn't
like, a
there
couple
wasn't really
planets.
much
There's
to
only
do on those. There was like maybe one
Yeah.
thing to do, and then it was just boring.
one side quest. I mean, they're
But I
all
mean, for
empty,
back
and
then, I
there's-
mean, I guess it was a little bit bigger of a deal because obviously this is before No Man's Sky and all this other shit. So, yeah, I mean, I guess for
Yeah.
2007, yeah, it was a pretty big deal. Like, hey, you can explore some of these planets and drive the rover around, and it's like, well, that's better than Mass Effect. I mean, that's better than No Man's or Starfield because Starfield doesn't have land vehicles, of course, and it's like, well, not when you really start factoring that in, that is. Maybe what's
There's
the incentive to explore the planet? Because I don't know how big the planets are. There's just so many questions surrounding this game, and it's like, well, the only people that know are the people that are playing it literally as maybe they're watching this secretly. They're probably
and they're
laughing
not
their
doing a good
ass
job
off.
of
Dude, if I had the game, I'd be coming to the show and laughing my ass off. Like either this guy's totally fucking wrong, and like these people are so fucking stupid, or it'd be hilarious.
Yeah, and it's funny, like how you said these people that have the game, they're making speculation videos. That just it
Well,
just
I
sounds
think they're
so
going to
out of
stop.
touch.
Well, if they have the game, why would they continue making speculation videos? Because they've already announced they've had the game, so they're just going to have to not make content, I guess, and move on to a different game. Because a lot of these people have review
They're
codes, and even smaller channels than I have gotten review codes. So it's like, well,
Well, big YouTubers like Young Gear, they're probably.
oh yeah. Well, yeah, they've already. Yeah, I'm not even talking about them. Like smaller creators have gotten this game. Like we're talking. There's a Starfield channel that has like 30K subs, and he got the game.
What?
Yeah.
Did you
They're sending this game out to everyone except me. I think even Dreamcast guy might have gotten this game, and it's like, dude, if they gave this game to Dreamcast guy, holy shit! I got to start making some phone calls. You know
Well,
what I mean?
Michael, you got to start chilling, man. You're the only honest one out there, it seems.
Well, I've been primarily
Taking
positive
calls
about
from
this
the
game.
blue?
I mean, obviously the titles have to be a little catchy, and we have to exaggerate a little bit. But geez, I mean, Dreamcast guy shitted on this game. When he watched the Starfield Direct, he said the game's going to be boring, and so if they send him one, then it's like, jeez.
It's probably like you can't interact with the audience because these big YouTubers, they don't give a shit about their comment section.
Well, at a certain point,
They
I mean,
care
it depends on how big they are. At a certain point, you can't read every comment. You won't have time if you're that big. I mean, but I mean, I'm talking about the smaller Starfield channels. There's a few Starfield dedicated YouTube channels that have been talking about this game for months and maybe even a year or so at this point, and they've gotten review codes, and they're way smaller than me.
They don't.
So,
Are they showing the game?
No, what?
Is that like their whole thing, Bethesda games? Are they just shilling?
No,
it
it's
to
just
show?
it's pure Starfield. No, they're just they're not shilling. I mean, they're just talking about the game, but it's nothing but Starfield. So, but I wonder what they're going to talk about next because they've already announced they have the game, and it's like, well, now their audience knows they're playing it, so it's like I guess there's no reason to tune back in on August 31st when we can talk about it and show you it. So
Do you think any of
I
them
might
will,
be
like,
one of the
finish
only
the
ones
game?
that continues to talk about this because everyone else can be busy playing it. So, which I can't blame them. I mean, yeah,
Well,
I did.
Do you think any of them finished it? I mean,
Oh hell no! They just sent out codes about. I mean, unless you sped run, you speed through it, which we don't even know. But they just sent out codes about 24, 48 hours ago, I believe, and maybe, so yeah.
Damn, they're probably all hunker down in their basement. With
Oh
the
yeah,
lights
they're
off,
playing it. I mean,
with
there
their
could be people watching this in the background laughing their ass off while they're exploring some planets right now. I bet that's happening literally right now. Someone has the game and they're watching this and they're fucking playing it and they're laughing their ass off like, wow, these fucking losers have no idea what the fuck this game is. You know what I mean? I mean, that's what I'd do. I'd tune into this show if I had a game. I'd laugh my ass off.
Yeah, they're looking at us from their 50-foot apartment in New York City, just looking down.
Exactly. The peasants, the
They don't
peasants
care
below.
about the little fish, the peasants.
Exactly.
Let them kill each other over this game.
It's over.
Well, I'll play. It's downloading right now. It's at 57 gigabytes out of 100. Completes in about 24 minutes.
Well, there you go. Click
So,
A and see. What if it just worked? Wouldn't that be insane? What if it just glitched and worked?
What if I just turn off the Wi-Fi and it just takes me in?
No, there's no way, bro. There's no way, bro. That would be the
Michael,
biggest
code
screw up
on
ever.
the Xbox, right?
What?
I mean, if you're downloading code onto your Xbox, isn't there a way to access that?
Hell no. That shit is encrypted.
The code,
You ain't getting through that.
I mean, do we need to call like a hacker? I don't know. Maybe they can.
No,
break
they would have
through
already
shit.
figured out how to
Someone
do
literally
it.
leaked the
I mean, you can download it on your PC, and it's
someone
like,
leaked-
well, actually, no, you can't. You can't. Well, can you download it
can't,
on
like-
PC? No, you can't, and that's why.
I don't
That's why.
You can preload it.
On your PC?
Oh yeah, maybe that's.
No, I think you can only preload on
my
Xbox.
PC's not- yeah,
I think they're
people can
pushing.
impre-
Well, you can't
uh,
preload it on Steam until later down the road here, closer to release, because they don't want the game to leak. Because it will leak once it's on PC. It's gonna fucking leak. But on Xbox, that ain't going anywhere.
Death cited
Yeah, well, I mean, the
666
code's there.
super
I mean, if
chatted
someone like that
$10.
guy who freaking
Mackle,
hacked
you need to
GTA
plug
6.
back in
Yeah,
Xbox
how's that
that's
guy
on the
doing?
floor so they
Rockstar,
can
the
send
best
you a
company
review
in the
code
world.
so sad,
And-
sad,
Who
sad
knows?
it's ever been and
You know
always
that?
Well, we
will
got
be.
we got a
People
review code for the Texas
people
Chainsaw Massacre,
wrestling,
and I bought it
people
last night for
wrestling,
$55.
People wrestling.
I should have fucking
people
waited.
wrestling,
You got a review
people
code?
wrestling.
Yeah, on
people
PC.
wrestling,
But that's great because
people wrestling.
Oh my God.
People
that's great
wrestling,
because
people
I'll play it when my
wrestling,
PlayStation
people
Plus runs out
wrestling,
because I'm not
people
resubscribing to
wrestling,
that slot.
People wrestling, people wrestling.
I don't like subscribing to
people
subscription
wrestling.
services.
So with the review codes, you don't have to pay for the game when it comes out. They don't just take it away. You just get to
No,
keep
no,
it for
you
free.
keep you
Right?
keep the game forever.
Wow.
And you get early access. Yeah, I mean, and if you're making content, it's like, yeah, you want the game as soon as possible because you're trying to beat the rush.
Yeah. Well, I think Michael, you should have got one because I'd really like.
Well,
to
I
see
don't
your
even know how to
coverage.
get
No
one.
one
I
doesn't
mean,
like the
with a
outside.
game like that, you would have to go through probably some Bethesda community manager, and they're going to take one look at this channel and say, well, Starfield is dead. They ain't sending that shit to me.
I mean, if you're like a big creator, why don't you just invite like some of your buddies and they just come to your house and they check it out? I mean, would that break NDA? I mean.
I don't think anyone has friends if you're playing this game. It's just. What do you mean? This is a single player game. It's a lonely game. I mean, you can be up there in space. They better have some like Fallout 4 radio type shit going on because this is gonna be fucking. Wait, space doesn't have sound.
No, in your spaceship it has sound.
Well, I know, but
I'm pretty sure
what
the
happens when
ISS
you're on a planet? I mean, is the planet gonna make noise? Wait, how is it like? How is it? Is there sound? Is there sound on the moon? Oh, you gotta have your spacesuit on, right?
You have your spacesuit. You can hear shit. That's how they communicate when they do spacewalks and shit. I mean, I'm not really like a complex guy. I don't like in Minecraft. That game's too complex for me. I don't know how to build. I'm not, and that's why Fallout 4. You have to build shit. I mean, I don't like that shit, man. I just want to go in, explore, have fun. I don't have to,
I mean, look, if I had the game right now, I would be taking my time with it. I would be creating my character to my liking, and we would have time to let it marinate and stuff like that. But
I mean, you have to respect the player's intelligence. You know what I mean? Like you can't just think they know these big words that you throw them because I'd like to say that I have good vocabulary, but when they throw these big words like like astronauts and physicists, you don't know what the hell they're talking about. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Place your XYZ.
Well, what if we go to the moon? I mean, we can explore our solar system. They got Pluto in this bitch. They got the whole Milky Way galaxy in this, I believe.
Can you explore Earth? Can you explore
Well,
Earth?
well, I think everyone left Earth, and then they went to Mars, and then shit hit the fan or something. I don't fucking know the story in this game. I mean, it's about finding God or something. I don't. That's weird to me. I didn't know.
Really?
That's what people are saying. They're like, they got to find religion in space or something. Like, what the fuck? I thought it was about finding like another civilization or something.
I have no idea what the story is. Come to think of it,
Well, these games are so complicated and sophisticated. It's like sometimes you got to turn the brain off and just pretend there's no story.
Like No Man's Sky. There's not really a story there.
Well, in that game, they had one objective, and it was to get to the core of the universe. Now, I don't know what it is today. It could be totally different. But that when I played the game, that was, and it didn't really tell you how to do it. I mean, you had like a fucking line to point you in the right direction. But it's like I didn't understand the fucking thing. But that was the story. It's like go to the core of the universe, whatever the fuck that means.
So you played it day one, right? No Man's Sky, Michael?
Oh yeah.
You played it day one, right? So why did everyone hate it? Because I know now everyone loves it now, but why did everyone hate it?
Well, for me, I mean, it was just boring as shit.
There was no quest. There was no quest line.
It was fucking busy work. It felt like you were at a job. Mining shit and like collecting resources. Like, hey, your spaceship's damaged. Go fucking find all this shit to repair it. Dude, like this is snooze fest.
Wow.
It's grindy. It's it was just not, and it just felt soulless. It's like, okay, we've been to this planet. It looks totally different than the other planet we've been to, and there's a bazillion trillion. No one's ever going to see the amount of planets in that game because it's literally infinite almost. But
yeah, it'd be hard to like do like a speed run of 1,000 planets because that's just too much.
Well, no, someone's gonna no. There's only 1,000 planets here. I mean, that's a lot, but compared to No Man's Sky, that ain't nothing. So someone will literally make a video showcasing every planet within the first few days of the game coming. I'm not even trolling. In fact, if I had the game early, that's what I would try and accomplish. But you're gonna have 13 days. You have plenty of time to make content. So that's what I'm saying with these reviewers. It's like not only are they getting, head start on that review process, but they're in terms of content as well. I mean, what content do you want to show to other people?
Yeah, but then again, Michael, with the procedural generated, like,
well, that's what I'm saying, and I don't know how that really works. I mean, it's been explained, but not really, not in a way that makes sense to me.
Like did the AI it's all procedural generated and it's all done and everyone's going to experience it the same, or like when the player pops in, it starts making a seed and it starts making planets as you load in. Like, I don't know how that works. Like, how would you show 1,000 planets if it might be different for everybody?
And I don't know how big the planets are. Apparently, I don't know if this is true. Apparently, you can't just land on the planet and then walk around the whole planet like No Man's Sky. I think you can actually just walk the whole planet if you really wanted to. It takes like I don't know how long. So I don't know. I just don't know how this works. And there's no gameplay. It's just like there's vague statements and just cutaway shots. So I guess we're just gonna have to wait 13 days or until it leaks.
Well, it could be like, you know how like ice planets, like you need the right equipment, or like if it's really hot, like you need the right space.
Well, yeah, but in No Man's Sky, I mean, you can go anywhere on the planet. You can hover your space. I mean, it's all seamless. That's what's great about that game. Is you could just literally fly. Yeah. It was so cool. I mean, that was one of the cool aspects, actually, was just flying. You see it. You can go to it. There's no immersion-breaking things. It just worked. I mean, there was some pop. Yeah. There was some trash pop in. You would see things load in, but it wasn't like cut to black or cut to this third-person cutscene where it just shows that. But this is an action-adventure RPG. This isn't some fucking like seed generator procedural fucking space thing. This is a story. This is an action RPG, and so it might work better for this. But I mean, it would be cool if we could just see the planet and go to it. I mean, like Todd Howard said when he was playing Skyrim, it's like you see that mountain, you can go there, and it's like, well, you see the planet, you can go there, but you're gonna have to select something on the fucking menu to confirm that. You can't just fly to it. So to me, I think that's going to be annoying for some people. I think that might actually be a big. Because No Man's Sky exists. If No Man's Sky didn't exist, then it would be different. But
why haven't they shown like 10 minutes of like raw gameplay? I mean,
well, you're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to wait until either someone leaks it internally, one of these reviewers leaks it through an alt, or the physical copies get out in the wild, which should be happening soon. I mean, I got Resident Evil 4 Remake 2 weeks, 1.5 weeks or something like that. I had the game to a point where when the game came out, I was bored of it.
Did you respect the embargo? Like,
Yeah.
did
Well,
you
I
show
mean,
the
I
game
can't show it.
when you?
They would
Oh, okay.
they would take the video down even if I showed it. So, but I didn't sign.
Okay.
I'm not under the embargo though, so that's the thing. So if you do find an early
So-
copy, I mean, you're not under an embargo. I
really
mean,
be
you didn't agree to
affected?
anything.
Yeah, you just got it early. You were
That's
just
what I'm
lucky.
saying. But I mean,
So-
they'll still take the content down because there is an embargo. It's just so I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
but the game will leak. I mean, unless it.
I'm sure, like-
yeah.
Because when I was getting like Ragnarok, when I was going to midnight, I got it at like 9 p.m. and then the guy said, "Oh man, could you just toss me? I see it right there." I said, "Oh, if I did, I'd have to pay $1,000 fine and do all this shit."
They
and I
can't,
get fired.
they can't do it.
Yeah, but they have. I mean, can't they just play it in GameStop? Don't they have like PS5s hooked up?
There you go.
Can't they just play it?
There you go.
themselves?
Fuck it.
I mean,
You know, that's
who's
a.
stopping that?
There you go. Yeah, just.
You'd have to get a.
Well, they would have to buy a copy, and they can't even do that. So there would be no way to do it.
I mean, who's stopping them really? They have the copy. I mean, they just scan it
Well,
themselves.
I mean, if you're a,
they put their
you know,
money
if
in
you
the
know a
register.
GameStop manager or some shit, you know.
I wish, but they're all freaking. They care about their jobs. So every time you enter the store,
Well,
they're
they
trying
don't
to
even
get
know
you,
video games. That's
they're
the
trying to get
thing.
you
They
to
don't
buy
even.
them.
I know more about video games than well, I don't know about most of them, but you know, most employees don't even care about, or they know a basic level of it, and it's like, well,
Well, I've seen like a middle-aged woman work there, so I'm pretty sure she ain't playing GTA 5 or Starfield.
hell no.
Like-
Well, and I just can't. I can't imagine having that job because you have someone come in and get real like nerdy about shit, and it's like, well, I mean, there's shit that I don't know about video games. Like if you get real nerdy about it, like I don't know, you know. But you get a clueless soccer mom coming in, like does this require this and all this, and you got to explain what this does and what that is, and it's like,
You become tech support.
yeah, you're just basically, it's like, geez, this should have been Microsoft's job, Xbox's job to fucking differentiate the console enough to get the consumer to understand
they
what
call
it
it
is. They
Series
should,
X.
it's
Series
just,
X.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
360 is bigger than one.
Well, I mean,
so
think
I'll
about
just
it.
get
If
the
you didn't know that,
360
I
and
mean,
then-
if you were new to gaming and you saw both consoles, it's like, well, what is the
Yeah, what do I
difference?
get?
You know, yeah, what is the difference? I mean, if you were totally not into that bubble, you wouldn't really even fucking know.
Yeah, you just get. I don't know what you would get. Maybe you just, this is too hard for me or something. I don't know what to get. I mean, these people, if people are someone new to gaming, they don't want to do. They don't want to think too hard about it. You know, they just want to sit down, plug it in, and play. But you don't know if you're getting a 360 because they think 360 might be bigger than one. So I'll get the 360 and. Oh no! This
The
is a
main,
7th gen console.
the main Call of Duty guy just left Activision. Who's the main Call of Duty guy? I didn't know there was a main Call of Duty guy. There's different studios on those Call of Duty games. But I already told you Call of Duty's dead. This is the first, and it's been dead. But I mean, in terms of the standalone releases, this is it. It's over. You're going to be buying a subscription for Call of Duty in the next 2 years or so, and that's it. And everything's going to be in that hub. You're going to be downloading Call of Duty. That's all. That's what it's going to be called. It's just going to be called Call of Duty, and you get within this hub, and then you can download all of the other stuff. Like there is no more standalone releases. That's going to be changing very soon, going forward, and that's going to be happening with a lot of other games as well. So.
I mean, I wonder what they're going to do with like Modern Warfare 3 because they've been remaking them, right? So what's that? They're going to start Black Ops 1, like.
I think they're out of
what's the plan?
ideas. Yeah,
They're
I
probably gonna do
mean,
that
they are out of
subscription
ideas.
service.
They have no idea what to do with it, and it's over. I mean, people are getting tired of it. I mean,
You're gonna-
obviously they still sell well, but
It's going to be a subscription service. Like you load in the game and you're in first person in this big hub with a bunch of players. And choose
well, I
which
mean,
world
did you see?
wanna
Did you see
enter.
there's a season pass for the NBA game, and they make those games every year. I don't even know what the fuck that even means. It was like it's a season pass for
you know,
1
there's
year.
A battle pass? There's a battle pass in GTA Online. You know that, right? I saw that.
Really?
I made a character on my Series X. There's a battle pass, like you stuff, and then you can unlock clothing, and it's a menu, man. Like it's called the career menu. You know, like when you press options,
Yep.
and then you press R1, there's a career menu now. It's like a battle pass system. Yeah, I mean, if they're putting all this time, like they just bought Rockstar, they just bought this modding, you know, the modding
Yeah.
thing. So it seems like they're hunkering down with GTA Online. I mean, are we ever going to get GTA 6? I mean, are they going to do a GTA 6 online, or are they just going to
That's a big.
Make you play
That's what I'm
GTA
saying.
Online,
That's well, I think it's a separate thing now. So I'm assuming they'll just update that, but I don't know.
Yeah, GTA
That's a
Online
big.
becomes like
That's an
one
interesting
letter.
question because I don't know how they're going to do that.
They're literally they just bought a modding. It looks like they just started GTA Online. No, it's. I mean, this game's been out for 10 years. How much
Yeah,
more do
we
they
do.
want from it? How much more? Like,
You know, at a certain point, I'm just going to stop caring. Like, if in the next year and a half, if we don't hear about GTA 6, I'm just going to not think about it anymore because there's no point. I mean,
they're saying,
if it's going to take that long to get anything going, then I don't even. It's just ridiculous. I mean, it's unbelievable.
It is. Have you heard what they said about that investors call? Take Two. Like they're saying fiscal 2024.
Yeah, they're saying big things, but I mean, well, that's only going to happen if they keep. Well, Red Dead Redemption just came out. I'm sure that sold well.
I don't think so.
Really?
Well, actually, you said it's like topping the charts, right? Who like these people? They I mean, the people that I feel like if they're really into gaming, they're not following social media. Like I'm not.
That's what
You
I'm
think that's
saying.
true,
I mean, you know,
Michael?
there's a whole different world
Like
out
these
there.
mad-
If you're not in the gaming bubble or the internet
Yeah,
bubble, you ain't knowing about half of these fucking games. I'm just going to be dead ass with you. And that's why, you know, the marketing
Like
was so big for these certain games. It has to be.
Because like during COVID,
They were advertising
like,
Diablo
everyone
4
brought-
in LA. Like they had billboards for Diablo 4, and it's like that's a hardcore. I mean, that's not really a
Yeah.
casual game. So I thought the marketing was
That's a
interesting
hardcore
there.
game, man.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think they had that on buses in LA. They had that on billboards in LA, and they had Final Fantasy out there too. I mean, maybe there is Starfield shit popping up. I don't know. I'm not in a big city, but you know, the marketing, dude, the marketing's got to ramp up for this fucking thing. It's almost here. It's like, you know, these impressions, like this is all we have to chew on, and it's like, yikes.
I mean, do you remember like a game in recent time that had big marketing? Because like every time you watch a YouTube video, there's an ad about the game.
Well,
like,
Call of Duty. I mean, Call of Duty's
the
pushing
game
pretty
like-
hard right now,
Yeah,
and that
Call
don't
of
come
Duty,
out till
Call of Duty.
October.
Yeah, it's what is it? 2 months out, and they're pushing it hard. Look
That's
at
what I'm
Starfield.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
2 weeks out. We're
Yeah.
2 weeks out, and they're not pushing it out as hard as they need to because this is Xbox's last chance. I mean,
That's what I'm saying.
seriously, flop after flop. I mean, Redfall flop. Let's be honest here. Nobody's playing that anymore, and this is really Halo Infinite. They got rid of co-op for story. I mean, they're just making bad move after bad move, and I guess Starfield's their last chance. Really?
Yeah.
I mean, look at Sony. Sony's Spider-Man 2. I mean, you don't even have to like them, but look, people really like these franchises. Spider-Man 2. They have all their studios like going silent. What's Sucker Punch doing? What's Naughty Dog doing? They're cooking something, man.
Well,
What do we know about Xbox? Their recent showcase, all indie games. Like nobody, do they not know their audience? Like, are they?
Well, that's
really
why they
that-
did a
Phil
separate
Spencer
show
really
for the
that
only
out of
big
touch?
game they have this year, and that's Starfield. And you know, if that's all they have this year, and it really hits the home run, then I think that'll be good enough. But you know, I mean, not for me to subscribe to Game Pass. I mean, you know, it's just going to have. I think the subscription stuff is going away. It's like there's just not enough content being put out consistently in a frequent amount of time. It's just like, who wants to wait around? Why would you want to pay for these subscription services if the content doesn't? I cancel my subscription services if I don't care about what's on it. I mean, I'm not going to stay subscribed to something I don't utilize.
And Michael, they're taking games off Game Pass, like leaving Game Pass.
Yeah, well, they always do
Like, I
that.
thought
Yeah,
games
it's
on
like
Game Pass,
it's
they
like
have to
Netflix. You know, they have certain movies on there, and then they swap them out for other movies.
Yeah, but if you're really playing a game on Game Pass tomorrow, like, I mean, these games gotta stay. I mean,
Well, how
if
does that
people are playing,
work?
to leave
Have
them
you
there.
ever tried to play a game that wasn't on Game Pass? Does it just say buy it?
Well, I'm pretty sure it'll remove it and tell you to buy it. This game is no longer on Game Pass.
Right. Yeah.
It'll take you to the Xbox Store. It'll do something like that. I mean, they should just leave it. I mean,
Well, if you have it
this is what
downloaded,
keeps the platform alive.
they shouldn't. Yeah. If you have it downloaded, you should
I
be
mean,
good.
it's not
but-
like Netflix. People just spend 2 hours of their time. Okay, but these games, they spend like hundreds of hours. You don't know. They put time into it. They
Yeah.
just take it off. They should just leave it. I mean, it's movies and games. I don't know if they can be compared because they're really different. Movies
Well,
are one and done. Games, you just keep going back to them.
Yeah. Well,
Like
I mean,
GTA 5,
yeah.
I'm replaying it. I'm replaying it for like the 100th time. Movie, maybe I might watch it in 2 years or 3 years, but
some games you just want to keep replaying them. It's not the same, man. Would you, when you finish a movie, are you just gonna rewatch it like a couple of days later? Or a game like a Red Dead Redemption.
I don't really
Like
rewatch movies, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll skim
Like a
through
game
it a
like
little bit, but
Red Dead 2. Like there's so much to see. Like on your first playthrough, you're not gonna see everything. You're low honor. You're not gonna get the high honor missions.
A game is totally different every time you play it. I mean, the perspective is different.
Yeah.
I mean, a movie it's one camera angle. I mean, it's set in stone. A game, you can control the camera and everything. So it's like it's not like there's interactive movies out there where you can switch between different angles. That would be interesting.
No, that would be the interactive movies like Telltale and what's that? They made Beyond Two Souls and Detroit Become Human. What's that studio called?
Yeah.
They're doing interactive movies.
Right.
So that's the closest thing you'll have to an movie games. Like I guess it's Naughty Dog games. Most of them, like you can like them, but they're movie games, right? So it's the same story. There might be like a hidden treasure you missed, but there's still movies. There's cutscenes, so they're not open world.
Right.
So yeah, man. Starfield.
How far is your download?
I'm downloading right now.
Yeah, how far is it?
Oh, it's at 91.5.
There ain't no way, bro. It's
Being
almost
serious,
done.
I have,
Just think about it. It's literally right there.
it's-
It's literally right there on the console, but you can't play it. I mean that
I can't.
ain't that
But
stupid?
the 100 gigabytes it's just sitting there.
It is
It's laying
literally
there.
on that console,
can't-
and you cannot play it.
You can't. I mean, you'd have to get like some encryptor program to unlock it, but I don't know
Well,
how to
that's
do
why
that.
again the preload's not on PC because someone is going to probably find a way to play. I mean,
unlock it. They'll unlock it.
because apparently it doesn't have the DRM thing either, so I don't know if that's true or not. But no DLSS, no Dunvo DRM or whatever, so I don't know.
I mean, if you take it offline and you just
No, that doesn't
open
work.
it apart, I guess that's like, yeah, I guess not. I don't know. I'm not really kind of like mechanically.
I mean,
don't know.
if it were
My
that
brain
easy,
can't
then
comprehend
shit, they wouldn't.
every game.
Yeah.
Every game would be unlocked.
You wouldn't need to wait for the release date. You can just play it. Wouldn't that be something? It's just like if you you buy it right now, you can play it. I don't know.
Yeah, wouldn't that make sense? If when you announce a game, it's ready. Like you've been cooking it, I guess.
Yeah,
It's ready to play.
that's the
when
new
you announce
pre-order
a game.
incentive. You pre-order it today. Well, there is no pre-order anymore. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah. So I guess we'll see.
Was it like on the PS2 era? You could pre-order, right? You just go
Yeah,
to a
but
Target or
you
something
couldn't
like that.
you couldn't download games. Yeah.
Yeah, there was no download. Because back then you just put the game in.
Yep. That's
And
it.
I had to, there's no, you can't put bugs in your game because there's no way to update it. So you have to make sure
Exactly.
it's perfect.
Yep.
No,
But that also meant if
That's
they put
why-
that also meant if they put the game out and it was broken, then that was permanent. That was it.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
it would
your
be
game
forever a
be
bad
shit,
game.
your
It would be
company
forever a bad game. So it did have
Forever, yeah,
downsides, but
forever.
typically that wasn't the case.
Yeah, on the PS3 era, that's when they started like doing that, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Because on the PS3 you can put a disc in it. I'm pretty sure it'll just play, right?
For the most part, yeah.
You just
Well, you
pop it
can
in and it'll
still do
work.
that right now.
Yeah, it'll work.
You can still do that right now. I mean, it's most games actually don't require internet, believe it or not. You can still do that right now, but some do. Jedi
No, but
Survivor,
you
Hogwarts
have to
Legacy.
download it from the disc.
Well, yeah,
You
you
have
still
to download it from the
you
disc,
still
right?
have to download. Yeah, so yeah, there is still a waiting process, but you don't need for most games. You literally do not need internet, but you do still have to wait
that's
around. It's not just
like the new norm, I guess.
yeah.
Like when they stop making discs, there's no point to getting a console. You know what I mean? Just get a PC. When discs die, there's no console anymore. That's what I feel.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I mean,
it's
for me,
unfortunately going that way. I mean, Alan Wake 2 is the first game like that where it's digital only. That's insane to me. And people are they don't care.
Yeah,
You'll hear some
Yeah,
boomers complain about physical and preservation, all that shit. But these clowns don't
They
care.
don't give a
You
shit.
know, they want convenience, and
They're
that's
shutting
fair.
down the Xbox.
I mean, I don't really care about owning half these games either. You know, if they require online, especially, I don't need a physical copy because it's a paperweight. But you know, for Starfield, if the game's great, I am buying a physical copy. Absolutely. I just want to own it.
Yeah,
I don't.
I like
you know.
owning.
Yeah.
I like owning my games.
Yeah.
People, these Zoomers nowadays, they don't give a shit. They're not very. They don't care. They let these corporations do what they think.
Well,
the
it's about
corporations do what's in
convenience,
their
you know.
interest.
I mean, you know, it's they don't want to go to the store. They don't want
I
to wait
guess
for
you
the,
don't
they
have
don't
to-
want to wait for the game to, you know, come through
They don't
Amazon
want to
or
wait in
whatever.
line.
Well, you can play it faster digitally than you can buy a physical copy unless you go out to the store that does the midnight launch, and you know.
I guess, but you want to when you're done with the game, like some people they want to sell it and they get a new game.
Exactly. Well, yeah,
right?
you
Or some
can't.
people
Yeah,
they want
you
to have a
can't.
collection.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the
Some
Xbox
people just
360
don't
said
care.
they're shutting
They
it down
just
next
don't
year.
care. They want pure convenience. They don't give a shit about reselling. They don't care about physical copies. They don't care
Mhm.
about any of that stuff. It's just not a thing anymore.
They ruin it for the rest of us that actually care about,
Right.
you know, keeping your games clean.
Yeah,
make sure it doesn't get any
Alan
scratches,
Wake
you know.
isn't the only digital game. That's not what I was saying. It's the only digital game of that magnitude. Yeah, there's tons of only digital games, but they're like indie garbage games, like no one fucking plays.
Of course.
This is a pretty big. Alan Wake 2
Nobody
is a
cares.
pretty big game, or at least I thought it was. Maybe
Yeah.
it is an indie game. I don't fucking know what the studio's like now, but
My
it's not great.
my brother, he was wanted to get Alan Wake 2, but now he isn't. So if
Yeah,
they're gonna do that, I'm not
I
gonna buy
wouldn't
it.
support that.
They're not gonna force-
There needs to be a physical copy for that game. That's ridiculous.
They're trying to force.
Well,
force you into a
until the
corner.
consoles come out without disc drives, then there still needs to be physical copies, in my opinion. I mean, there's
Hold
already
on,
digital only.
Hold on, Michael.
Oh man.
Hello.
Oh man.
Hello?
I knew it. I knew it.
This is Michael. This is Mike. Oh,
I knew it, bro.
hello, Michael. Holy shit!
It's over.
You talking to Michael? It's over. I just finished work, Michael.
Yeah, I bet. Here we go again. How was that muffler? Hey, where'd you guys eat last night?
I told you into Basha Grill.
What'd you get?
Holy shit! Starfield is ready to play. Michael, Starfield finished.
There's no
Starfield is ready to play.
click on it right now and see if it works. Imagine if it did.
Okay, open. Hey, Michael. You know, I gotta say, I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, we normally don't see we don't see eye to eye, but I gotta agree with you on this. Alan Sleep 2, man. I mean, I'm the first guy that defended Alan Wake, but ever since they said that the game is digital only, I'm gonna join you on that picket fence over there.
Holy
Or
shit!
picket
Let's
line,
go. Well, if you're on my team,
Michael,
then we got a great guy on our team. I'll tell you that. Because you're pretty stubborn on your
I mean, I
views,
gotta
and
be
you know, I'll
honest,
tell
man,
you what, bro, we're gonna go hard in the paint here.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta agree with you there. You know, I really don't agree with Remedy about all this digital only bullshit. You know, I'm a big defender of owning your games and all that. So, you know, I really, you know, I was you know, pretty mad about the Alan Sleep memes, but now I gotta agree with you there. It's Alan Woke, it's Alan Sleep, it's Alan Crap too.
Yeah.
So, Alan Wake boycott is what we're doing right now.
Well, they actually just delayed it for like a week or something. Crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
Did they announce if they're doing a physical release, or are they?
No, I don't believe
no?
so. No, I think it's still digital only.
Oh man.
You down for your lunch money?
Yeah, I gotta shake you down for the lunch money, huh? $50 for that slop, huh?
It's over.
Oh.
What did it say? What did it say when you click Starfield? You're too early.
It says you're too early.
Oh man,
you're too early.
that's
Check that
sad.
later. Oh no. Yeah. I mean, what is going on here? Can you make some calls at the Phil Spencer Garden and see if
I might have to. I mean,
play the
you
game a
know,
little
quite
early?
frankly, I think I should have a review code. I mean, you know, we've covered this game when no one else was talking about it. I mean, you know, we get more viewers than most of these Starfield channels, so I don't know what the hell's going on. But it is what it is. I guess we're just going to have to wait like everyone else.
I mean, you have been, quote, you know, like the better word, chilling it for a few months now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what can we do? What can we do? Ellen Woke. You know, Michael. You know what's really funny though? You know,
the Red Dead Redemption marketing campaign is in full swing here. Every freaking video I watch on YouTube, I get an ad telling for Rockstar telling me to buy their shitty port. It's ridiculous.
Oh,
It seems like
man.
they put more money into the
They really
marketing
want you.
than
They really
actually
want
putting
you to
into the
consume.
game. I mean, is it just me, or have you noticed this as well? Every video I click on YouTube, because I'm a cheap piece of shit. I don't buy YouTube Premium.
Yeah.
But every ad I've been getting is just buy Red Dead Redemption. Rockstar has ported the best game of all time. Now you can buy it for $50. I mean, what is going on here?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, I haven't played it since I did the stream.
Have you tried out that how was it, the Halloween Ends game or something?
Oh, the Texas. I'm going to play that later tonight. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I mean, honestly, it's kind of been a drought these past few years, I'm going to be honest. Nothing really to look forward to.
Well, you got Starfield in 13
Everyone
days. What
says-
you mean?
I mean, what else is coming out? Come on.
Oh, man, it's
Spider-Man
always got to
2?
be what's next. You can't. Oh, man. Well, wait till GTA 6. I can't wait to hear what you think about that. Oh, bro.
Oh, I mean, I'm cautiously optimistic.
Yeah, I bet.
I mean, come
You'll
on,
be
Michael,
flip-flopping
to be honest,
hard on
you really
Rockstar
want
once they unveil that GTA 6 tease. You'll be flipping hard on them.
Come on, Michael. All I got to say is that the people that are working at Rockstar now is not the same people that were.
Well,
working
I agree.
At
They're
Rockstar
snowflakes. They
during,
blocked me on
the
Twitter.
golden days.
Yeah, one of the engineers at Rockstar North blocked me on Twitter. What a snowflake.
I know.
Unreal.
It's kind of ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I mean, like even with the GTA trilogy, they removed all that Confederate flag stuff, and they censored a lot of the words and stuff. Like they didn't like that Haitian gang, so they said, "Oh, gangs" or something stupid like that.
It's
I mean,
over.
It's ridiculous. It is over.
Well,
I mean,
people are in
what is
favor of
going on here?
censorship. Yeah, people are in favor of censorship. That's what it shows. They claim to
I
not
was
be in
kinda
favor of that
surprised,
stuff, but
I know. Has I don't know if Red Dead Redemption port has that got any censorship? I don't know.
I don't. I mean, I don't think so, but who knows?
I mean, have you checked out Herbert Moon?
Yeah.
I mean, Herbert Moon was a pretty vocal guy back on the Red Dead 1 days. That guy didn't. What did he say? He doesn't like Jews or homosexuals and Catholics and stuff.
Oh, I don't remember hearing any of that. Holy shit!
You don't remember that?
Dude, I didn't know it was that. I heard about the railroad stuff, but
remember, you go to like Herbert Moon, and he said like you can't. I keep Jewish made goods out of my store.
Right.
Oh yeah. Shit. Jews are responsible. I don't know. I mean, I don't agree with him, but you got to keep it in. I mean, that
right?
was
Yeah.
the
I mean,
times
it's an
back
old
then, I
game.
guess.
Just keep it intact, and if people are mad, then I guess so be it.
Yeah.
People don't like history.
I mean,
It's
it's
over.
history. Mafia 3 had that.
Oh man.
I mean, come on, Michael. You got to be. Come on.
Wait, hold
It
on,
was
hold
not
on.
woke.
Didn't you you shilled the Mafia 1 remake? Didn't you?
Maybe.
I can't remember. I remember. Oh, you were the Mafia. Oh my God.
I did show Mafia remake. I mean, you even agreed to me. You said Hangar 13 should have made the port instead of Grove Street Games.
Well, I mean.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought you hanged up.
Well,
on
I got
me.
low battery. I got
But
9%, so
you're
we're gonna have to
mentioning
wrap this up
Mafia.
soon here. But would you agree
I
that
mean,
it's
what
late?
were you
Hold on.
saying?
Would you agree that it's lazy that the Mafia 1 remake was nothing but Mafia 3 in disguise? Same animations. It just doesn't make sense.
Taxi driver.
I mean, I'd say the visuals are pretty good. You got to agree, the visuals are pretty.
Who
pretty
cares?
good.
You
I
can't
mean,
even ride the
granted-
train in the game. They have. It's a Crowcat should have came back for that game.
Michael, I mean, at the end of the day, the Mafia remake was $40. It was I think.
Yeah, $40
they give
with less
you-
features than the original game.
you get-
Oh, it's got better graphics. Cool, but it's an asset flip of Mafia 3, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's cool." We don't care. It's got great graphics, and we remember the old game. But it's like it's not the old game. You're missing small details, features. It's like this is Unreal Engine slop. They got red barrels in that game, bro. You go out to the farmland and they got red barrels. Like, this is garbage. They don't have red barrels on the original game.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you should do a stream of it. I mean, it's better.
I don't even know where the game's at. I got the case for it. I don't know where the disc went. No, I bought a physical copy of the Mafia 1 remake. What a hypocrite I am.
Come on, Michael.
What a hypocrite I am. You know, I said don't buy it, and I said it's nothing but the Mafia 3 in disguise, and I bought that son of a bitch. And it came with the map. And
I mean, that's kind of cool. You got to admit that's cooler than what Rockstar is pushing out these days.
Freaking the PS5 version, there's no the Series X. There's no map. There's no map.
Exactly. Yeah, that is trash. That is trash. And I'm curious to see what they do with Red Dead Redemption next month or so when it comes to physical.
Oh yeah, it's coming out in October.
I bet they won't include a map.
I bet they will not, because I got the GTA trilogy on PS4. That shit did not come with anything.
Oh,
pretty disappointing.
Well, even GTA 5, yeah, even GTA 5 last year didn't. Unbelievable.
Yeah, that shit was ridiculous. Sucks. I mean, how many times did you buy GTA 5 already?
3 times.
Damn.
PS3, PS4, PS5.
Yeah, I mean, back then we used to get different GTA games. Now we're buying the same game 3 times.
Yeah, for 10 years straight. It's over.
It is over, man. What is going on?
10 years, a decade, bro. That is, holy shit.
And then we just been drip feeding. They've just been drip feeding us shitty content. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, they better have something to show for it with GTA 6. They got no excuses. It's going to have to go above and beyond expectations for this long-ass wait.
Oh, man. I have a feeling it might be woke.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
I mean, Michael, if it is woke, will you dye your hair pink? And
I might just have to. I might have to.
Kill the game?
Yeah, I might have to. It's over.
Well, that's... it is over. I mean, come on, Michael. It goes against everything you stand for.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Listen, we got to wrap this up. I got 5%, so...
I mean, can I...
One last thing, go.
Are you going to be on Red... All right. You know, Michael, make sure to go on Red Dead Redemption on the Xbox so we can play some multiplayer, man.
Oh, you dirty. Oh, my God, bro.
Come on. Get on Xbox.
I don't have it for Xbox. You think I'm buying that slop again? Hell no. I got that shit for PS5. What you mean?
Man, just go to a secondhand pawn shop or something like that.
I ain't going to... There ain't no video game places around here, bro.
Come on, Michael. You can go to a Goodwill.
I don't want to play that game. It's trash to begin with. It's garbage. I played it in 2010. It was good then, but it's over now. There you go.
Okay, well, if that's the case, can I have
Leopard super chatted $6 Canadian dollars and 99
No, we can't
cents.
play multi.
Dying Light 2 is adding in-game currency like Call of Duty and Fortnite.
Right.
Yeah, it's over. Listen,
The game
we got to
was
wrap this
already
up.
trash.
Appreciate you
Now
calling
it's
in.
10 feet under. It's over.
Leopard coming through. We got to wrap this up, folks. The computer is dying here, and we didn't bring the battery extender because that is dead. Leopard coming through. Last super chat here. Dying Light 2 is adding in-game currency like Call of Duty and Fortnite. The game was already trash. Well, it has a 5-year roadmap, so at least they said it was a live service to begin with. But with that said, let's recap here before we depart. And again, tonight we're going to be playing the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the launch stream for that. We tried to jump in early last night. Didn't happen. So tonight we're going to be jumping in and playing it on the PlayStation 5. So if you have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, you might be able to join. But right here, positive impressions for Starfield, as you can see. And they have confirmed that this guy isn't pulling chain or playing possum because he's put 10 hours in on PC. So, very encouraging stuff here, and we're just going to have to wait and see, I guess, on how the cookie crumbles. But it is nice to know that it's seemingly not going to be a disaster. So, 13 days, the biggest game is upon us. Todd Howard is ready. The big question is, are you ready? That's going to do it. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, supporting the show, and we'll see you later for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's over.